just kissed yourself a princess.
I'm about to do it again.
What is wrong with Disney for making these attractive animated men? What is actually wrong with them? Extra jail time to the person who decided to make half of them furries. Today we're going to be going over 2000s to now Disney animated men, and if they would be green flags, aka dateable, or red flags, aka toxic shit. But of course there has to be rules. I had rules in my last Disney video and I don't think people really liked those rules. Number one, I'm going to be going over specifically Disney animated men from 2000s onwards for main Disney films that had a theatrical release. I'm sorry, Kronk's new groove. If y'all want my tidbit on Kronk, I think he would be green flags all around. No comment. Second rule, I'll be focusing on mainly the main males of these films, with sometimes the exception of someone that wasn't a main male but is well known in the Disney boyfriend verse, if you know what I'm saying. Spoiler alert, Tadashi. Do I really need to explain why he needs to be on this list? There will be exceptions, but the main focus will be the main males of these films. And third, children will not be included. I think that's a given. Chicken Little, I'm looking at you. Not included. That's a literal child. I will briefly mention some teenage males were appropriate. When I say that, meaning that this was a main character in the story. I'm just gonna briefly go over them and say, yes, they have the makings of being a green flag, or they have the makings of being a red flag. And that's all I'll do there for those ones. Without further ado, in hopeful chronological order, I tried. Let's go over if these Disney men have what it takes to be a lovable boyfriend. Starting off with Emperor's New Groove, Kuzco. Do I even have to say this? Whoever has seen this movie absolutely knows this man, this llama, is a walking red flag. It's a galloping red flag, okay? I know he goes through the journey. I know he goes through his life lessons. By the end of the movie, he's a changed man, a changed llama, literally back into a man. But goodness sakes, let's be realistic here. From everything that we were presented in this film, no. Absolutely not. A galloping red flag.
No! You threw off my groove!
He not only is the epitome of a narcissist, but he is selfish, he is cruel, he doesn't give a shit about anybody except himself. He doesn't think. He's stupid. Like, I'm sorry to say so bluntly, but he is. How do you not remember that you were having dinner with Yzma and Kronk before you were turned into a llama? Not the brightest of the bunch. Gaslighting this humble human man, this father, gaslights him into thinking that it's his fault and that he's the reason that he's in this situation in the first place. No, he's not. No, he's not. This is A, your fault, and then B, Yzma and Kronk, because they're the reason that you're in this place in the first place. I'm sorry. This was a very hot start. So sorry. Then this man helps him throughout his journey multiple times, saves him from a pack of jaguars, and then what does he do? He leaves him to die. He was going to leave this man to die. There are some douchebags in this list, right? That they also have that arc of turning into a nice human and a caring, thoughtful human by the end of their story. I get it. But the things that they do at the beginning of their story versus the end, okay, not as grave. Not as grave as this one. This one he does so much, I find it so hard to redeem this man. I really do. I'm picking at straws here at this point for trying to find redeeming qualities. He has a good haircut. He is funny, I guess, with his sarcastic humor.
Yikes, yikes, yikes. Let me guess, you have a great personality.
I'll give him that, but then it's funny to me because I'm not in the situation. It wouldn't be funny if I was in that situation. If I was the pacha, I would literally throw the llama and shave him and sell his fur. Sorry, I shouldn't be so graphic. I would not do that, please. Animal rights. I have 2 cats, for crying out loud. Point is, he's insane. Like, he's actually an insane person, and he would be a terrible boyfriend. Let's be serious. In the catalog of animated Disney men, he falls very low. Can't stand him. Even with the redeeming arc by the end, it just wasn't enough for me personally. It's nice to see, obviously, you know, that he ends up saving Pacha, choosing Pacha over the potion by the... I get it. There's a lot there, sure. But would I date him? No. Let's move on before I actually pass out. Next, we have Milo. Milo from Atlantis. I talked about him a little bit in my other video of the couples, so you can kind of check that out if you want to know my full thoughts. But I will go into some detail here and say absolute resounding yes, he is a walking green flag. Not only is he intelligent, we love an intelligent man, but he's resourceful, okay? He's an explorer. He's not afraid. He's actually brave. Like, despite them trying to make him look nerdy or whatever, you know, from the character design, he is brave, okay? He breaks that stereotype and he does fight back on multiple occasions throughout this movie. Fights for the people of this land, fights for his women. It's beautiful. We love a man who stands up for women's rights and minority groups' rights. He also shows himself treating his girl so well throughout this film. She takes him outside of his comfort zone, and he's willing to go outside his comfort zone for her. He's willing to learn through her, okay? He doesn't feel emasculated by her when she's teaching him their ways of life. He's humble. He's a humble guy. Oh yeah, also smart because he knows, what's the word? I had it written here, but then I lost it. But he knows languages. He knows how to read different languages is essentially what he does. Overall, yes, absolute green flag. Moving on. Next we have Lilo and Stitch. Absolute 10 out of 10. No, I'm just kidding. He's a literal alien, guys. He's an alien. He's a koala bear dog looking thing. Stop. But I will talk about David. Okay. Yes. He is. Green flags. He absolutely would make an amazing boyfriend. The way he is simping over Naughty throughout this film. Love it. Love a man who is not shy and knows what he wants. He absolutely knew what he wanted with Nani. He was talking to her on the phone. He was checking up on her. And then he's helpful, okay? Without them even going on a date, right? Like, this is without any expectations. He just helps. It's just, it's just out of pure love, you guys. Ooh. He helps Nani get a job. By the end of the film, he's the one that comes up to the door and it's just like, I found you a job. And he knows how much she's been struggling. Oh. He sees her and Lilo going through a hard time, going through a bad day, sees their faces, and then immediately wants to cheer them up and prompts them to get cheered up by taking them surfboarding. It's, I die a little bit inside for that, you guys. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
David! I think I found you a job. I'm pregnant.
He's there for her to cheer her up. He's also a fire breather, which, yes. He's just overall just a kind, nice soul. 1,000% has the makings of a wonderful boyfriend. And the muscles. Treasure Planet. I'm just gonna go over this very briefly because I Googled it and you guys, Jim is technically an adolescent. What? Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? Goodness sakes, can I just say, why did they make him look like that? Okay, he's supposed to be a teenager, but then Hero from Big Hero 6 is also supposed to be a teenager. And you look at the two and it's like, you know what I'm saying? Quickly to say, I actually think that he has the makings of being a red flag. And you know why? Because of the daddy issues. Simply for that. Because, yes, he has this whole arc with, I forget his name right now. They have this whole arc where they start off butting heads and they end up having a tight bond, and it's the whole fatherly son relationship. By the end of the film, spoiler alert, the guy sacrifices himself for Jim, and then his whole backstory is his dad leaving him and his mom. So he went through that trauma and trying to heal of having no father figure in his life because his dad abandoned him and his mom when he was a young kid. With having that daddy issue, I mean, he seems fine by the end. I'm a little sus about it. Any guy with some kind of daddy issue, and it's, yeah, has a daddy issues. Look at Harden Scott, for crying out loud. He's a big one with daddy issues. He's like, no, you needed to stay. You needed to stay. That's another dad that abandoned him, right? He probably got makings of being a little hardened for the future. I'm sorry to say. That's just my 2 cents. That's just my opinion. I hate to say it too because, yes, the animation of him is just beautiful, but I have to call it for what it is. Moving on. Brother Bear, Kenai. Oh my freaking goodness. Have you seen this film? Have you seen it recently? Because, okay, I had to rewatch it for this video. I watched it when I was way back when I was a kid in the theater, and I guess I didn't care for it too much because I haven't rewatched it ever since. I rewatched it for this video, and I'm like, this man is the most annoying Disney man I've ever witnessed in my life. Oh my god. Kuzco, I went on this whole rant. But at the very least, he was funny, right? This character, Kenai, right here, okay, he's not even funny. He's not even charming. There's no redeeming qualities about him. Oh my god. Yes, this is another one where he goes through the arc by the end of the film, but this is another example where there was too much of what he did at the beginning and throughout the film that is his redemption arc was just not enough for me. Not enough for me personally. Oh, okay, so this film, if you haven't seen it, Joaquin Phoenix, by the way, voices Kenai, which I thought was kind of that's a choice. One of my personal pet peeves is people who can't take accountability, people who are hot-headed and make irrational decisions, and when they make those irrational decisions, they still don't take accountability. And that's exactly Kenai in this film. You start off with him waiting to get his totem, which is essentially his spirit animal. Actually, there's this whole ceremony where it's revealed who his spirit animal is supposed to be and what it represents. For this, his job was to tie up this basket of fish so that it was secure and wouldn't get stolen from the animals, because there's a lot of animals nearby in this forest. He sees it fall and then is like, and then runs away. And then just leaves it there. My guy, are you kidding right now? Oh my god, you can be a little late to your ceremony. It just takes 5 minutes. I don't know, maybe I'm underestimating the time, but you just have to retie it and then or find another space, something. But he just leaves it there. Then he gets his totem, and it's the bear of love. And automatically, too, this whole toxic masculinity. He's toxic masculinity. That's what I hate about him, too. He's like, the bear of love? Anyone want to trade? And I'm just like, bruh, is the bear of love, you think it's that bad? What? You could have gotten a freaking walrus. And it's a bear. That's one of the most fiercest creatures. Are you kidding? I'd be stoked. And he's acting like he got a freaking fish. So then he hates that. Him and the brothers see that the freaking fish has been stolen because he didn't tie it back up properly, that he saw it, he had a chance to do it, so that's his fault. And then what does he do? He blames it on potentially a bear. He thinks resolving this issue is by going to hunt down this bear. By hunting down a bear. My guy, what do you think the bear is gonna do? You think the bear is gonna magically cough up all of the fish that it just ate from your basket? You think you're gonna be able to salvage all that fish that's in its belly right now? What? That's low IQ behavior. I just go get some new food. Go hunt some fish. Y'all are gonna starve now without this fish. He hunts down this bear. And then because he hunts down this bear, also, the brothers go after him. And then they get in this huge tussle with the bear because, yes, it's a freaking bear. It has a lot of advantage over you. And then his older brother ends up dying. Fully dying because of this incident. All his fault. All his fault. And then you know what? He's still in denial. He's still in denial because after his brother dies, he still says that he's gonna vow revenge and kill that bear. Kill the bear because it's his fault. And I get that that's the point. He can't take accountability because the brother that's still remaining does say to him that he himself doesn't blame the bear for the older brother's death. So that is the point. But it still just pissed me off because he's on this vengeful pact now and he doesn't listen to his brother and he still goes after this bear. Kills the bear, does actually kill the bear, and then we get the whole brother bear thing where he takes the spirit of the bear and lives inside a bear's body. He's still an ass to this young bear. I just can't, guys. I just cannot. There wasn't enough there for me to be like, no, like I love him now. Like he's so lovable. Because he still had a bitchy attitude throughout this whole film. Definitely not for me. I'm sorry, that was like a whole rant about this character. It's a shame too because the design. He didn't have charisma, he didn't have that charm. Nothing to make up for it. He was just annoying and bitchy. And no accountability. Red flags all around. Do not let this guy be your boyfriend. No, you deserve better, honey. Okay? You deserve better. Next, Home on the Range. We're skipping because who am I going to talk about? The horse? You want me to talk about the horse? The ranger guy? The wrangler dude, whatever? You want me to talk about that? No. Next after that, and I'm just looking in order. I'm looking in order of when these movies were released. Next would have been Chicken Little. It's a child. I'm not going to do that. Who do you want me to talk about? His dad? Butt Cluck? The father who abandoned his child for the rest of the neighborhood? That guy? I'm not going to talk about him. Meet the Robinsons. Also children. Yes, there are other characters, but to be honest, whatever. Bolts. Also, it's a dog. It's a dog, and it's a very cute looking dog, so no. Maybe if it was like the Oliver and Company dog. Maybe if it was Max from Extremely Goofy Movie. But, and no, I'm not including it because it was a direct to DVD release or VHS release, that movie. But if you did want my humble opinion on Max, because he is a college kid. He is a college student, so he is an adult, I would think. I think, technically at that point. Yes, Max is... I think he's boyfriend material. Anyway, moving all the way on to Princess and the Frog, Naveen, 1,000% green flags all around. His arc, see, this is what I mean. Like, you have to know how insufferable to make someone at the beginning. So for Naveen's case, they made him go through an arc. But at the beginning, he wasn't even so bad to begin with. He was just lazy. That was his problem, was that he didn't know what hard work was. In meeting Tiana, he then humbles himself into learning and then allowing a woman. We love it when a guy is humble, okay? And doesn't get all toxic masculine. Doesn't get all... a woman is making me do these... A woman is teaching me these... No, Naveen lets her teach him these things, such as cooking. He does the whole cooking thing for her when he wants to propose because she taught it. It's just, oh. And then by the end of the film, it's shown him hardworking, working with her to build the restaurant, that he does do that and help her with that. It's just... I love it! But yeah, obviously he brings out this beautiful side out of Tiana as well, that she only knows how to work and no fun, which is no good. You need to have a balance. And so he teaches her the balance and is able to bring that side out of her, have her smile, have her laugh, have her joke around, let her guard down. So, and you need that. You need that in your life, right? And so I love him. I love him. I love him. Can we just take a moment in the chat, please, for how we were robbed of this gorgeous face for the rest of the film? We only got this gorgeous face for what, like 10 minutes of the film? In total, we were robbed. We were robbed of seeing this face. He's gorgeous. He's fun-loving. He's a hard worker by the end. Yes, all green flag. Can also play ukulele. Wreck-It Ralph. Now this. I'm going to go over both number 1 and number 2 because the character, the boyfriend on trial here, is Ralph himself. Now, Ralph himself starts off, I would say, being pretty green flags. He has this little arc of he's just underappreciated and honestly bullied and hated on by his townspeople. From his mission 2, he derails by helping Vanellope, this little child. He helps her and puts her as priority first. I mean, he first wants her to win the race for his own benefit, but then he realizes afterwards, after the whole kerfuffle, that he's like, okay, no, actually they did Vanellope dirty. I'm going to make sure she gets the help and she gets the trophy she deserves, blah, blah, blah. And he self-sacrifices himself for her. And it's beautiful. It's great. So anyway, I thought he was pretty green flags for all those reasons because, you know, he's just overall goofy guy that just wants some love. Fatherly tendencies with how he was with Vanellope. I liked that. But then we get the sequel. And then they ruin him. Then they completely butcher his character. The way they massacred my boy in this film. The way they massacred my boy in this film. Good Lord. What was that? What even was that? It's kind of weird because at first, I definitely saw Ralph and Vanellope as more of a father-daughter relationship. I haven't gone through online to see if that's the case for many people and how other people viewed them, but that's just my personal take in the first film. And then in the sequel, though, for whatever reason, they make him see her as a best friend, but like actually a best friend. Which to me was like, okay, you're best friends with a child. And this whole film is her trying to spread her wings, trying to do something else and find her own way that's without Ralph. But yet Ralph is so dang clingy, he will not let her go. He will not let her do what she wants, which is concerning. They make him this absurdly needy, clingy guy that feels like that ex that just won't leave you alone. That like has to be there for whatever. Won't give you any space to breathe. For that reason, he would be red flags. Absolute red flags. He will be at your 9-to-5 job, sitting in the corner, waiting for you to go on break. You know what I'm saying? He's not even thinking about his own life. He's just focused on her and just fixated on her. Just won't give her any space. It's just crazy to me. It's too much. It's too much. Love me, but not that much. Be obsessed with me, but to a point. Frozen, Kristoff. I have whole videos on him. I have 2 videos now where I talk about Kristoff in full detail. I'm gonna potentially drop some notes here. Basically, yes, all green flags. He's adorable, he's awkward, he's himbo, right? And there's nothing wrong with it. Shy guy, kind of ooh-woo, kind of awkward, you know? He is protective. He is so caring and loving for Anna, which is such beautiful qualities to have. Absolutely love that. Chef's kiss. Walking green flag right here. He's doing all of the right things and has amazing qualities to him in regards to how he treats Anna. Let's just give him snaps, please, because this man truly is here for his woman. Truly is the one to be like, that is my queen. She is my queen. He's just a goofy guy. He really is just a chill guy. He is totally there for Anna. Totally there for her. It's absurd. This one, not as bad as, like, clingy like Ralph. I feel like where Ralph is too much, Kristoff is probably just enough. he's just enough. We'll let you do your thing. Actually, yeah, because he does let Anna go off and do her adventure. He's worried about her, but he lets her do that. Yeah. So he is the good version of what Ralph was doing, essentially. Next, and we have to talk about this, obviously. Tadashi from Big Hero 6. Resounding 1,000% yes. Not only is he the way he is, which, do I have to explain? Do I have to say anything? Obviously not, but he's also smart. Hello, he is so smart. And then not only is he smart, had a bright future ahead of him, RIP, gone too soon. He's an actual hero. He's an actual Big Hero 6. He is the 6. But he's the hero because he literally sacrificed himself to go save a life. To go save Callahan, of all people's life, too. Like, that's your teacher. Personally, for me, I don't know if that would have been worth it to me. For a teacher? For a teacher? I don't think so. That takes a next level amount of human kindness. He's an amazing brother. Obviously. Freaking Hiro's mourning for the whole movie. That's the whole point of the movie, is because he's mourning his brother, because that's how good of a brother he was, that they were so close. So yeah, overall, what a guy. And with a face like that, come on. Green flags, absolute boyfriend material, immediate yes. Zootopia, Nick. Obviously, we have to talk about Nick. And this is where we get into the Disney cinematic universe of men who start off snarky and selfish, but end up caring for someone other than themselves by the end of the film. Let's start with Nick. Hey, what happened to Tangled? Wait, what the hell? What happened with Tangled? Guys, how did I not put Flynn Rider in here? I'm going to put Tangled after this. I'm sorry, this is supposed to be in order, but I just realized I missed Tangled. Why did I miss Tangled? Probably because I did a whole video on Flynn, but Nick, I would say yellow flag. Of the men, furries, this is a fox. He's a literal fox. We are going to count him because I see you. I see you furries out there. Not even furries. I see you people out there. Basically, he does start off snarky, witty. I love it. I eat that up. This is my kind of man right here. And then we learn a bit more about him throughout the film. He does help Judy, but at first it's against his will, or else he's gonna get reported in jail time if he doesn't help her, so he needs to help her. But then he does start self-sacrificing. He does stop helping her out of his own free will. He talks back to her captain, so that helps her out. And I loved that moment. That was so cute. I appreciate a man who stands up for his women. Yes. I know they're not canonically together, but let's be serious, they should be. And afterwards, he does open up, lets his guard down, yada yada, does actually end up helping her, wants to be a cop by the end of the film and do better for himself. Is part of that whole plan to take down the sheep, goes through and through, extra mile to help Judy uncover the true criminal. It's all great, and he has a fun personality. He's a funny guy. But is it enough to say he's a green flag for a boyfriend? I don't know. I'm torn. Don't at me for it. I get the simping over him. I get it. But then if we're thinking critically here, I'm going to have to put him yellow. I'm putting yellow. Maybe I'll have more of a fair judgment by the sequel. The sequel's coming out this year. But I don't know. Because as a boyfriend, if we really think about it, he would make you laugh if you like that kind of sarcastic humor. And he's clever. Yeah, clever fox. But then, like, boyfriend qualities, I don't know. He did do a lot to help her, and, like, even as a friend, that's huge because it wasn't romantic. So that is a green flag if you're willing to do that much for a friend that you're not romantically involved with, I guess. But I don't know. There's just something that I'm like, I just can't confidently say that he's a full green flag. I just can't. I can't right now. But it might change. It might change after Zootopia 2. And then we have Flynn Rider. Do I even have to say anything? Do I even have to? Probably not, because I have a whole video and I will insert insert different things as to why he is pure green flags and just the best Disney animated male put to screen. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
Hi.
The way he woke up from the dead just to flirt with Rapunzel, are you kidding?
Did I ever tell you I've got a thing for brunettes?
Are you serious, Serena? He starts off being all self-interested, having his own goals and motivations, caring for money. As he sings in that song, I had a dream, I had a dream. That's how he starts. But then by the end, you were my new dream. You were my new dream. Oh, okay. I'm already getting emotional just thinking about it. Not only that, but he's a listener. He is a man who listens, okay? They communicate with each other. They tell each other some personal stories about each other. And he listens. He's protective. He is protective over his woman right here. I think that's something, obviously, a lot of Disney princes have anyway. But we appreciate it nonetheless. You know, once he falls in love with her, oh, he is in it. He is there. He has her back through and through. He is ruthless, trying to make sure that she stays alive and that she's protected. Going out of his way, battling these guards, making peace with this horse he got beef with, just to go save his girl, sacrificing his life to save his girl. Are you kidding? Oh my god. Oh my god. You just can't get better than... Sorry, Nick, but he literally actually died. He actually died. And then came back to life because of Rapunzel. That has to beat Nick, for sure. That has to count for something, okay. Moana. Maui. Now, Maui, I will also put in the yellow flag category. And this is simply because I haven't seen Moana 2. So there is that. I have to admit that. So take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. This is just from Moana 1. I apologize. And I did say I was going to include the theatrical releases. I know, I'm sorry. But I just... Anyway, I just felt like with his character, there wasn't enough also in that sense. Like, even less than Nick. Because, yes, we do understand his tragic backstory. Yes, that would mess any person up if your parents literally tried to kill you as a baby. Yeah, that would mess someone up. For sure. I agree. I see why he's the way he is. Excuse me, my cat needs to take a shit. No, she's just sitting here. That's awesome. Now you're gonna get this ugly background because of my cat. Yeah, I don't know. Tell me what you guys feel about Maui, because as a boyfriend, let's be serious, he is a god. Would he even give you the time of day? Would he even? Would he be off doing godly things? Turning into a bird? Turning into a... Would he cheat on you with another fish? Potentially. Also, I know the whole point of it was that he has an ego and then he overcomes having an ego by the end of the film. But I don't know. I feel like it would be hard to fully shake off that ego because you're a literal god. So I think by proxy, you would probably have some kind of an ego. A little bit. As a boyfriend, I don't know. I feel like you would be button heads all the time because he would think he's the shit and you'd feel like lesser in his presence. That's just me. That's just my feelings. Is that a hot take? I don't know. I still felt like he had more growing to do, and maybe he does in the second film. So maybe I am just missing that. So that's why I'm giving him yellow. Because maybe he is fully green by the second film. I think he would have some toxic tendencies of ego. I truly feel like that would get in the way. Imagine you're in a fight. He's going to be like, I'm a literal god. You can't argue with me. That's literally going to be your arguments. It's like, I am a god, so I'm right. That'll probably be it. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. That rounds off the Disney animated men who only care about themselves and then learn to care for others trope collection of Nick, Flynn, and Maui. Of all of them, I feel like Flynn's the best, and then Nick, and then Maui. Encanto. Should I really say anything? Because honestly, there wasn't really anyone worth mentioning here. It's not like we had a love interest. I mean, we did have the dude. I forget his name. But Isabella, your boyfriend's here. We had him. And he was an absolute himbo from what we heard. So green flags all around for him. Go King. Go Himbo King. Go Telenovela Galan King. Bruno, because he was a very solid dude that was in this film. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to mention him. I don't know if anyone's thinking about Bruno in that way, but I'm just going to say it because he was a main dude in this film. I would say he's not red flags because he has good intention, but I would say that I don't think he would make a great boyfriend. There is a reason that this man is single and has no children. The vision thing, right? That would mess anyone up. That would be crazy to have as your boy. Maybe if you don't ask for it, then you can live fine with Bruno because he's a nice guy. I'm going to say he's a sweet guy. I think he has the nature to be a good boyfriend, a good husband. Like, he's a good, loving, kind spirit. And you know what? I root for that. I actually would root for Bruno having a love of his life. I do. I truly do. However, I feel like with the vision thing, I feel like that could cause a lot of issues, a lot of argument. He's not a red flag inherently, but for being a boyfriend, I don't know. I would root for him to have love. I support Bruno. I do. I just don't know if I would date Bruno. And then lastly, because yes, we had the latest release of Wish, and Wish didn't have any main guys. Nope. There was supposed to be one apparently, but they didn't do it. And I'm not going to include the villain, even though he looks like that and is voiced by Chris Pine. I'm not going to include that. The last one I'll mention is Strange World. Did anyone see this? Did anybody see this? I saw it. And I have to briefly mention the teenager because, again, it's a teenager. But one of his literal main plot lines is having a crush on his friend. So I feel like I should mention if he would be a green flag or not. Love is literally part of his plot. So I would say overall green flag, because that's actually one of the only character traits they have him display throughout this whole film. I wish they developed this character more, but that's a whole other conversation. He has his crush, and then by the end he ends up with his crush, which is cute. And throughout the whole film, he's in this journey. He's just talking about his crush and loving this guy and just being hard eyes over this dude. And so it's just like, that's cute. And I love that. Yes, be obsessed with me. So I think he would make for a good boyfriend because he's just kind and caring and thoughtful in that way. But that's really all that was presented. Uwu, also like in the uwu category type guy, like Kristoff. For the rest of them, I don't really know if I should talk about him because it's just family trauma. You have the Jake Gyllenhaal character and he already has a wife. Like, that's his kid. Generational trauma with his dad. His dad is a walking red flag. He literally left his son stranded with these random explorers on this expedition just because he wouldn't want to explore more with him and chose to preserve this potentially great energy plant or something. It's just crazy. He literally abandoned his child and his family, because he had a wife at that time too, just to go explore. That's crazy, dude. So absolutely red flags to that. What a terrible note to end this video. But the sun is a green flag. That is my 2000s to now animated Disney men and who would make a toxic versus green flag boyfriend. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you would have changed anyone in this list. Let me know if you disagree with anything that I said in this list. You probably will, and that's totally fine. Hey, we're human. We all have different opinions, and that's all good. You are absolutely right in your opinion. Just please don't be nasty with me if you disagree with me. That's all I ask. I don't know if I missed anyone important, because I can't believe, like, I just realized they didn't have Tangled listed on here, and I'm like, that's definitely a post-2000s film with Flynn Rider. Like, what the hell? It's basically my ranking. Flynn Rider is amazing. Flynn Rider is everything. Flynn Rider is life. You know, if you also would want me to do this again, but for prior 2000s Disney animated men, I could do that. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time. Mwah.